I brought you out of the land of Egypt. I brought you out of bondage. Remember from whence you came. Don't forget who you were. You shall have no other gods before me. I am your God. Now listen. The other nations didn't have Yahweh as their God. The other nations, and this is talked about all throughout the Old Testament. I didn't see this. They didn't teach this in seminary. I've learned this since, thank God for Michael Heiser. The other nations were allotted to their gods. God, at the Tower of Babel, God gave them up to the other gods. The other gods' job was to execute righteousness and keep these people in line so that one day they could be brought back into the family. What did the nations do at the Tower of Babel? Do you remember the Tower of Babel event? We're going to build a tower to heaven. We're going to make it to God on our own. We're going to show God that we're something. And God goes, nothing doing. And he comes down and confuses the language, right? You remember this? And at that point, God gives them up. Deuteronomy 32, verse 8 says, God gave them up to the sons of God. He apportioned them to the sons of God. Who are the sons of God? Sons of God in Scripture is a term that's used for the angels or the supernatural ones. So when I say the word gods, I mean it with a small g. These are created beings. They are powerful created beings, but they're created beings nonetheless that God makes to help him administer his universe. They're a degree of angel, you might say. Okay? They're powerful, but many of them go bad. Satan isn't the only one that falls. All these guys fall too. They get full of themselves. God gives them these nations, and pretty soon they start going, it's kind of cool being a god. I bet I could get them to worship me. And pretty soon you've got pantheons all over the ancient world and sacrifices being made to these gods. They were supposed to be placeholders so that they could return the loyalty of their peoples to Yahweh, but instead they usurp their the rightful authority of Yahweh, and they assume that worship for themselves. And so in Psalm 82, God says to these gods, because you've done this, you will die like men. Does that make sense? They're going to face a punishment for this. I love this. This is part of the story that we are in. We are in this. Who are we fighting? Who does Paul tell you you're fighting? For our warfare is not against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Who the heck are these guys? It's these dudes. That's who we're fighting. They don't want to give up their place, but guess what breaks their power? The gospel does. The cross of Jesus Christ, the resurrection upends all of it. It breaks their power. Now they have no hold. They have no legal claim to their spots. They're toast. They're shown to be the flunkies that they are. And now God's bringing his people back. That's what this whole story is. You are a piece of this story. You are part of God's story. It's not all about you. It's all about him.